Yeah, hello. All right, what's up, everybody? We're doing Sakura Miko today. Um, this deck's actually really strong, but you have to get really lucky. So we're gonna start off with 9 debuts. Again, look, yeah, hello. 30 damage, 100 HP. It is pretty standard for debuts go. We're using 9 of them. We're doing 3 of the collab effects. The collab effects are actually really strong. When you roll a 2, 4, 6, you deal 10 damage to something. If you roll 3 or 5, you draw a card and deal 10 damage. 80 HP for 2 cheers. The attack's not so great. It's only 30 damage for 2 cheers. HP. You're mostly doing it for the collab effect, but it's the fact that you can sometimes draw is actually really strong on this one, so that's why we're using it. Next, we have 2 of the idol Mikos. Ironically, I think this is probably the worst idol Miko, idol first in the game right now. It's 130 HP, 30 for 1 attack, and then 2, it deals 50 HP, and then you roll dice. 2, 4, 6, deal 20 special damage. 3 or 5, deal 20 special damage to your opponent's center and collab to Hollow Mem. So it's basically 40. So if you roll 3 or 5, it's 90. You're gonna notice a lot. So little Japanese lesson on the side. Me is 3 and Ko is 5. So when you're rolling dice, it wants you to roll 3 and a 5 almost at all points if you're rolling dice. Alright, so we're running first of the swimsuit, the 150 HP, for 1 it's a 1 cheer, 40, and then 2 60. The highest value HP Miko has at first. Next, we have the 130 cheer with the bloom effect. Reveal a Miko P from your deck, add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. And then if Miko P is attached to your Hololive, this gets plus 30. So it deals 60 for technically 1 cheer if it's attached to this. So it's pretty good. And it searches for the Miko P as well. So this card is like, this is the debut the first that you want to see the most often. Next, we have the Miko second. So it's on center position only, and during your main phase, when a Miko P is attached, that's errata, by the way. So it is if a Miko P is attached to your Hololive, you may roll a dice. If it's 3 or 5 during this turn, you get 50 yards. So the change on the errata says when you would attach one. This one just says, I'm going to activate it. 1 is already attached. Let me roll a die. If it's a 3 or 5, I'm dealing 50 more damage. If it's not, then nothing happens. So note when you're reading this card, this effect is eroded. You just need to have 1 attached instead of when you're putting something on. Next, the big thing. It is this art gets plus 20 for each Miko P attached to this Hololive. We'll get to that, why this is really good, but assume you have 4 Miko Ps attached. It deals 180 damage, and then plus 50 against grass, which if Rainy continues to be the most dominant deck, Miko might be the answer to it in all forms. So we'll go to the limited. Next, we got the Retro PC as a one of Retro PC. You want to see the Miko as much as possible. Retro PC is a good way to see one. We have to play this Miko Oshi. If we would play Kiara, we would play Kiara to just be able to like loop the Miko, but we can't, so we're stuck on this Oshi. Not that it's a bad thing. This Oshi is actually really good. 2 solo, that makes you my enemy. Again, being able to, if they're trying to shred up in the bag safely, this card lets you target it and say, hey, no, I'm gonna force you to play my game. Nodoka over here. Again, draw 3 cards. Very simple text, but it is, again, draw power is king in this game. You really want to see cards. Alright, and this card I normally don't endorse, but Mana-chan's. So in this deck, you are going to drop your hand as much as possible whenever possible. In those scenarios, that is when Mana-chan is the best. Other times, she is awful. So if you have like 3 cards in hand and you play Mana-chan, it is really don't want to. And I've seen people who have Mane-chans and that's their only limiteds ship back a 7-card hand and they just -2 to be able to potentially draw a new hand, and it did not help them because sometimes they draw limited, sometimes they get what they need, but again, that's sometimes you're just risking it all. There are chances that you would draw the exact same hand you just shipped back. So Mane-chan is good in this deck because you're gonna vomit your hand onto the board as fast as possible. Why? Because we have this card, Miko P. So Miko P is an interesting card. It says when this fan is attached, would use an arts card. This fan also regards as a cheer. So let's say you have Miko with 2 cheers attached and you have 1 Miko P. So that means this is going to deal 140 damage, 190 against grass. If you hit the elite gamble, then you're going to deal 190, 240 against grass. So you're knocking out Rainy, right? And let's say they knock this out. When they knock it out, they draw a card. So that's the downside. But the reason why that's an upside is, let's say you get another one, you forget to attach your cheer or something on the life, it goes somewhere. You can bring out a fresh Miko, attach 3 Miko Ps, and then attack for, that is 1, 2, 3, with again 0 cheers attached, because these regard themselves as every single cheer. So you can attach for 1, 2, 3, 60 plus the 120, 180 plus the 50, 230 against the Rainy, or a flat 200 if you have all 4. But be careful, again, if they get knocked out, they draw 3 cards. So they're definitely going to be gunning for that. They're going to save their 10 keys for that. Next, Maguichi. This is a mascot for Miko, plus 10 arts, and then if it is attached to a Miko, when you collab with the card, your center Miko will get plus 10 arts, right? So let's say you attach it to this Miko and collab. So this Miko won't be getting plus 10. It's the one that's in the center, the one that is attacking. And it's really weird because you're splitting up 10-10, one on the mascot and one. Normally you would prefer it to be like this, but sometimes it'll work out the math on some of your attacks, and it is just better to have it than to not have it. Next is the 4 normal PCs. You want to have 3 debuts by turn 2, so you really, again, you want to just put your hand down as fast as possible. That's why we have normal PCs and Mane-chans, so you'll just go, and then hopefully everything turns out right when you Mane-chan and you draw into something better. But this is what we're running for, so we can just vomit our hand onto the battlefield. And Stone Axes. Stone Axes, a plus 20, so we can have the 3 Miko Ps attached, and you'll be dealing 200. If you have the 4th one, it'll be 220, which knocks out it's a tanked Rainy without the advantage, or basically everything out in the game. This deck does deal a lot of damage, but again, you're relying. And the thing that I've been avoiding the whole time is the Oshi skill. So we've talked about when these get knocked out. Nothing I've said in the card pool gets them back, except for the Oshi. So our Miko's P making a comeback is the first Oshi skill. You roll a die. If it's 1, 2, or 1, 2, 4, or 6, return 1 Miko P from your archive. If it's 3 or 5 though, you return 2. So it's really good. Then the strength to not give up is essentially a 5th copy of Mane-chan, which is your SP Oshi skill. So you're running 5 Mane-chans in this deck, which is really good. Also, you don't need to return anything for this. If you have 0 cards in your hand, you just SP skill, you just draw 5. So it is really, really, really strong Oshi, SP Oshi skill. Alright, next is gonna go be cheers. It's really, really easy. Just 20 red cheers. Okay. Hopefully you guys like this. Do try this deck out. This deck is really fun. Support Sakura Miko. She's really funny. Alright, bye guys.